big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another late show for you folks in the UK. It's really not that late over here in the United States, but we are here with some of our regular panelists and a guy making his debut today, my guy Ahmed from the Bridge. This is overdue, man. This is overdue.
Of course, man.
And I'm really glad you could link up. I know it's super late. How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm doing amazing, sensational as I always do, man. It's nice to be here, man. Big up to you.
Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Absolutely. Oh man, we already got the raids coming in. Big up,
Nice.
Big up, United Spurs of America. Really appreciate it, my guy. Thank you so much. And then, of course, we are co-streaming on Sunshine FC. I love being on your channel, even if it's on a co-stream. But Sky, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Excited. This is the first time talking with Ahmed, so I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Vader's here, but he has to make his WWE style entrance. I'm sure because oh, here we go.
Oh.
Oh no. You're on mute, thank God.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Thanks for having me on. You know what it is. I can't do it. I can't do it the normal way. But we'll do it. Thanks for having me on.
Oh my gosh. Of course. We couldn't go into, obviously the biggest match of the season, Arsenal heading to the Etihad this season, without having Vader here to have it out. Obviously, we didn't really get a chance to talk about it on American Waffle, but here we are after one of the most abysmal Arsenal performances I've seen in 2 or 3 years today. Here we are. And I know you're going to say, "Oh yeah, TJ, you're overstating the fact." No, I'm not. I'm not overstating the fact. Let me see
You are overstating the fact.
No, I'm not. No, I am not. I am not overstating the fact. No,
the worst in 3 years.
What?
The worst performance in 3 years.
Yes. Did you watch that match today? No, I want to get your guys' reaction before I go off, because honestly, if you watch that game today, you would understand why I'm upset.
All right. Let me also say hi to Sky. Hi to the Bridge. Good to see you. All right, let's have a good show.
No.
I will not be throwing the first punch.
Here.
Between the Bridge and Sky, I will not be throwing the first punch. Everybody in the chat, if you notice anything, if you notice any violence, it will not be because of me. I will not throw the first punch.
Okay.
Okay, so you know what? Since this is his first time, Ahmed, were you able to catch the game today? Did you watch?
No, I decided to lay in. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I watched the game. But, one thing I will say is just that I think the key word that I would use for this game is just lack of quality. I think for me, I feel that was like a big thing in the game, just in general, particularly, obviously, Atalanta at times. They actually had good moments, I would actually say at times. But in general, for the whole game, there was a clear lack of quality. But I think from Arsenal side, particularly in the attacking front, like there was just like a clear lack of quality going forward. And I think for me, one of my things is just that, I look at your attack, for example, Gabriel Jesus, right? I just look at him, I'm like, what does he provide for me at this point anymore? What does Gabriel Jesus currently in big 2024 provide for me? Right? Not Gabriel Jesus, obviously, when he was at Man City, where he was coming off the bench and can give you something. But at this moment in time, what can he give me? And I think that's a real question that, I asked myself, because I thought, honestly, this season, before the summer started, that I was thinking this guy probably has left the building, has left Arsenal, and he probably brought in someone that's probably a lot more better than him that can give you further impact. I then look at your left-hand side, right? I look at Martinelli, he's making, I made this joke previously, but he makes Mudryk look competent at times, because Mudryk's got more GNA than him last season, and currently, arguably, still got more GNA than him this season, probably, at this rate.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And that's actually a nasty stat, right? And because that's my worst winger. And that's your starting winger, for example, right? And the problem is, for me, also, is then I look at Trossard, and I'm like, He's really a super sub in my personal opinion. He's not really a starter for me. He hasn't shown that growth to become a starter as of right now. And he's probably, if I'm not mistaken, turning 30 years old. Sometimes, once you reach a certain age, you're not going to be able to develop into maybe that thing that maybe the club requires you to be, right? Then there's Sterling, right? Obviously, he's not been starting. It started for you guys. It's come off the bench. Maybe he's the guy that changes it up for you on that side, right? So you happen. The thing is, we then obviously go to Saka. I like Saka. I think he's a talented winger, but like I think the issue with Saka was that I think he had such a reliance on him that there's going to be times where he's going to have a quiet game. Today was that day where he had a quiet.
He didn't have anybody to link up with. There was nobody helping him.
No, but like
on an island,
but listen, by the end of the day, he had a quiet game. It's as simple as that.
Another quiet game.
So we'll just put it like that. I think that's the best way to put it, right? And then for me, what has kind of become really crazy for me is it's like central creation. Like the loss of Odegaard has damaged your system so much, that it makes me question your manager and your director even more. Because it becomes, if Odegaard is so integral to your creation, whether it centrally and everything like that, and even helping the team out, particularly that final third, to push them into that gear, it becomes a question of, okay, you sold Emil Smith-Rowe. I got the selling of Emil Smith-Rowe because maybe it was like, you're not going to find a spot for him. Arteta's really just been done over at this point. All right, he's gone. Right? Vieira was the other one. He's pretty much turned out to be a flop for you guys. Maybe it's not worked out for you. Okay, he's gone. But then it becomes to me, what's happened then? Like, why have you not brought in someone else for him? Because right now we're really seeing, bro, like there's no one there for you there, bro. There's no one pushing you in that final, like the way Odegaard is doing. And it's like such a big piece is missing. At least with Man City, I always say, if they lose KDB, they still got Gundogan, right? I'm saying if you lose him, you've got KDB, you still got Gundogan. Sorry, if you lose KD, you got Gundogan. You got Foden. You still got guys there that can still, on some level, carry the job, and you can alter the team a little bit. Even altering the team slightly, you can do to actually, make a way for him. Right? I would say maybe even if you don't say you've got a replacement, we can alter the team to make it still work. You guys,
I'm with you.
Real quick before you respond. I got a couple of call outs. Big up Flawless. Thank you so much for the raid, my guy. Go back and watch the Arsenal Man United show that we just finished. It was crazy over on Sarcasm City. That was nuts. Again, thank you, Ahmed, for the raid. You're the man. And then big up Jacob for the United Spurs of America. Thank you as well for the raid. Guys, smash the likes. It's mandatory. It's free. And while you're smashing the likes, go over to Sunshine FC and also smash the likes because she is here. She is an absolutely incredible content creator, and she has to put up with us. That being said, I agree with Flawless on this one because I saw her in the chat absolutely trolling. Big up.
I'm on your panel, and you're agreeing with Flawless.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
That's
I know.
Crazy.
So I'm sorry. What am I supposed? The game is the game. You know what I mean? The game's the game. Because I know you're gonna come out here, you're gonna attack my club, and I'm already shooting. Okay, I'm shooting.
Yeah. Do you see my subheader here? It's shots are fired. Okay.
Yeah, shots. Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. So okay, so Sky, let me get your thoughts on the match before Vader tries to gaslight me into saying I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, so I only unfortunately caught the first half because of work, but I watched highlights. I think Ahmed said a lot of really good things that I agree with. I think for me, I was a little shocked to see how much you guys need Odegaard. I think you definitely do miss that presence, and it shocked me a bit. I'm not gonna lie, like I was a little taken aback by it because he's not like, to me, I don't rate him as that highly, but Arsenal definitely needs him. And I think putting Kai Havertz in the midfield is
Ahmed's seen that movie.
It's not even that I've seen that movie. You guys did that movie already, and you know the answer to the movie. So why did you do it again? Like, it's like, what was it? It's the definition of madness. Doing the same thing again and again, expecting the same results when the results are different.
Yeah. Sorry, Sky. Go ahead.
No. I mean, it's true. Like, I think the issue that you guys are having now, because you were very lucky with injuries last year, and it's very hard to have that, that luck 2 years in a row. And I think not being able to have the depth that you need is really going to hurt you this year, obviously. And we can see that now.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the depth, it's causing people to be out of position. It's going to just make this season kind of like a game by game basis, trying to figure out what we're going to do to win because we don't have the players that we need,
Yep. No, 100%. No, I hear that 100%. And my biggest issue with this, Ahmed already said, is that it proves that we had no plan B, that our talisman, which I don't like using that word, because Odegaard, it's talisman, in my opinion, means that you're consistent and you're consistently creating. Odegaard disappears in big games, but he's a keystone of the midfield, and you saw it against Tottenham. And I gave him room for Tottenham, because Tottenham away, it's always a tough game for Arsenal, but we played like shit. And then I was just like, okay, like that was just Tottenham nerves, whatever, the way we set up, that's fine. But today it sets off alarm bells. It sets off huge alarm bells, especially going in to the most difficult match of the season. And Vader, I'm not going to hear anything else from you. It is our most difficult match of the season coming up here on Sunday. And if we play anything like this against you, I mean, it could be 3 or 4-0, bro. Like I'm not looking forward to it. But hey, you know what, Vader, what you do and what I enjoy about having you on this panel is that you're going to talk me out of it. So please.
But I will add before Vader goes that
please.
I think that your backline and David Raya could help with Man City.
Yes.
And then Vader, you can continue the gaslight from there. Okay.
Oh, see, no. That handoff was absolutely terrible. I liked everything you were doing until you said that now gaslight. No, TJ, everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat, I'm not a gaslighter. Don't listen to what they're saying. They're actually gaslighting you when they say that I'm a gaslighter. All I happen to do is just share my Toronto, Canada football experience, my perspective. It happens to be a different perspective. I'm not trying to gaslight. I just see it differently. Now, I watched this game and I listen. I listen to the bridge. I tune in. I tune into Sunshine as well, and of course, I tune into TJ's channel. But I find that you guys are seeing things on the negative side. You guys are seeing things half empty. You guys are seeing things from a vantage point of where you're trying to downplay things. You're trying to make things a little easier for the possible disappointment of not getting the result that you want. Now, today, I happened to watch. Yes, TJ, I happened to watch. When I was in the comments during your watch along, I was watching the game. All right. And I happened to be able to watch.
I believe that you were watching the game. I believe that.
Yeah, well, you believe it. But while I was messaging, you're like, Vader, are you actually watching the game? How are you saying all this?
No, because what you were saying in the context of the match at that time was making zero sense.
Okay. I happen to believe that there's too much, my opinion, there's too much heavy criticism of your own club and not taking account of the opposition across. Not taking account that you happen to be playing against Atalanta, who are they not champions? Do they not have exactly? So when you're being overly
completely different squad from last season, but I agree.
That is a terrible take, but keep going.
Okay, let me continue with my terrible take, Sky Sunshine. The thing is, when you have that opponent in front of you missing, like you pointed out, Odegaard, and when the bridge was trying to break down, not doing the right things in the offseason, looking to be too dependent on Odegaard. Well, that could be said of many of us. That can be said of many of our clubs. You look at what
I disagree.
Oh, sorry,
I disagree.
Not Chelsea, because you buy 3 players per position and you got.
Oh no, because I think the reason why I say disagree is because in this modern game now, where a lot of these clubs are now based on data analysis. One of the things that you hear a lot about is this idea of Swiss Army knife players that can play multiple positions effectively. And the problem is, you didn't bring in a guy that could be effective in multiple positions. That's what it comes down to, bro.
Well, the same
you have Man City. You yourself, Man City, have players that can play in multiple positions effectively, right? Manchester United, Yeah, there are guys that can play one or two positions somewhat effectively. I would argue, somewhat. Keyword is somewhat. Like Delo's a good example of that. Actually, I would say Delo's a great example. Guy can play both left back and right back. Same with Mazraoui, can play left back and right back. Right?
Bridge. I hear that. I hear that. But the reason why I want to point out is we could arguably say that for many of our clubs if we want to go by position, right? If we look at what Manchester City did this season with the departure of Julian Alvarez, my fan base in particular is saying if Haaland, as amazing as he's been, as the way he's been outscoring all of the other clubs in the Prem, if he happens to go down, there is no true replacement. There is no true keeping the same form, keeping the same success that we have. Pep's going to have to do his tinkering. Pep's going to have to take a versatile player and then make it work. So the same could be.
But the thing is, Veta. What I would disagree with you slightly is that you guys already have a plan B, though. You have a known plan B that you can just, you know what I mean? Listen, right now, let's say.
Plan B? What's the known plan B?
The known plan B is the whole transformation that he did for 2 years when he did not have Haaland, which was Bernardo Silva, if I'm not mistaken, in the false nine, or even Foden at the time in the false nine, if I'm not mistaken, no? So that's a known plan B that you've done before, my brother. This is not nothing new.
No. That's also a different time with different sets of players, right? These are
the vast majority of the players were there, bro. The vast majority of them were there.
Yes, but they've also aged 3-4 years from the point that you're making, right? So it's not just a matter of, oh, you did it 3-4 years ago, you can do it again. We've gotten so familiar to play with Haaland and Julian Alvarez. Get this. We brought in Haaland and Julian Alvarez in the same summer. So now when it's said, oh, City can just go back to their false nine, it's not that easy. It really isn't. That's like saying Arteta can go back to the 3 at the back system that he did to win the FA Cup. It doesn't just work that way. So I just want to point out the opponents you had in front of you today, TJ, Atalanta, you can't sleep on them. You can't disrespect them.
Nobody
as ugly as the game, but as ugly as the game may look, I'm not going to say you look this way in Champions League, you're then going to look like this versus us. All right? That's the thing where I think some of the head scratching, some of the stress.
Vader, here's the difference. Here's the difference is we were playing against a Atalanta team that was featuring a 36-year-old Cuadrado in the midfield. And I'm supposed to say
this Atalanta team beat Liverpool 6 UCLs. You gotta respect them.
Okay.
I respect the European heritage. I respect that. But look, I've been made to believe that my club is supposed to be challenging for major trophies.
Thank you.
And we are going away to what should be at this point a far less superior Atalanta team compared to the big bad Arsenal that has been built up over the last 5 years. That's my problem. That is my problem with this. The style. It wasn't even a style. It wasn't even a style issue because we didn't have enough quality to say, yeah, here's a style of play. We couldn't string 2 passes together today.
Okay.
Kai Havertz, Jesus was on ice skates out there. Like it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
I can't lie. Veta, man, you got to lose the gimmick, big man. You know what I mean? The gimmick.
There's no gimmick. Lose the gimmick.
But you're saying that Atalanta is a championship team. They have heritage. They have experience. Granted, yes. Yeah. What doesn't Man City have all of that as well? So then I don't understand why you can't expect like Arsenal not to do well against Atalanta and then expect them not to do well against City.
The first thing I'm addressing. What is this comment? I didn't get to read it.
I would have if Cuadrado scored, I would have ended the stream.
Okay.
I was dead serious.
Well, Kolasinac.
So Sunshine, we're having
Kolasinac, I would throw the laptop out the window. Sorry, go ahead.
we're having 2 different combos. I wasn't even talking about the prediction or what's going to happen versus City. I know we'll get into that a little later in the show. I was just addressing some of the I saw TJ and I saw him on his watch along just so frustrated with this squad when they didn't have an Odegaard, and I just want to point out that's a big loss. So not getting the performance that, again, big bad Arsenal should get without an Odegaard versus Atalanta, I think we can all take a step back and be like, you know what? It's not that doom and gloom. It's not that bad of a result at the end of the day.
But like TJ said, I think it is because the way that the fan base is hyping up the team and saying we're supposed to be winning the Prem, all of this stuff. No, I'm just saying, the expectation for Arsenal every single year is we're going to win. We have Arteta. We got the squad.
Because they're crazy fans. They've been saying that.
But
They
that,
were
is
saying,
that not what they're
they've been
saying?
saying that for 20 years, mate. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, that's
yeah.
that's why TJ should be a lot calmer. He shouldn't be listening to that
Yeah.
fan base that are overly
One thing I will say
emotional.
though, one thing I will say about what's it called Arsenal is that I just bro the today just I think just the lack of quality in general was my main thing, bro. Like I don't think Atalanta in this game were pulling up trees. I'll be real with you. They
No,
themselves
they
were
were
just like
garbage too, which is more.
they were not good themselves. They're not like that because they're not like this usually. Whenever I watch them in Serie A, so
I'm
again,
sorry.
so
Are you saying that there was a lack of quality, or just lack of quality shown today?
this lack of quality is ensured by both sides, and
Okay.
is in the way they play. Of course,
show it.
because they both have quality, right? They have Lookman,
Yeah.
they have the Catalara, they have
Okay,
got
I'm
a bunch of guys, right? So, and then obviously Arsenal got their quality, but like as in the lack of quality shown by both sides. That's the issue, right? And then for me, you know, if I look at the Spurs game, for example, right, this sort of thing kind of worked in the Spurs game. You could have actually gotten 2, 3, 4 goals if you know. Players had decided to pass each other, etc., right? Then you had the next one, which is Atalanta, and it's clear that it's gone considerably worse for some reason, right? And the thing is, yeah, they played on Wednesday, you played on Thursday, and you're coming back from Atalanta. You know that they're staying in Manchester. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yep.
all right. So you're doing the prediction thing. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you on the prediction thing. I
You know what I
see
mean?
you're doing. Yeah.
And now they have to travel from they're going to Atalanta now to London, then London to Manchester. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like usually like a 2-hour coach ride, unless they're taking like a plane. You know, and then it's a Sunday 4:30 p.m. Like
Yeah.
I'll be real, man. I don't know if Arsenal's making like if you play like this and it's still the same quality, even if you play the way you're playing against Spurs, I'll be real. 3-4-0 is on the cards for Man City. I can't believe I'm saying that. I
It's
cannot
true.
believe I'm saying
It's
that.
true.
I
Sunshine,
can't
you
believe
don't
I'm saying
I
that.
co-sign
agree.
that. You don't co-sign that. 3-4-0. No way.
3-0
I
could
said 3.
genuinely happen. Not 4, maybe. Maybe I'm being a bit excessive with 4, but genuinely 3-0
Stay in this
against
underdog.
them
Very
could
bad.
happen. And the reason why I say that is yes, David Raya was doing crazy stuff this game and in previous games, but you know what I always say, man. Eventually, bro, in life, bro, sometimes something's gonna break eventually. Something's gotta give way. And you know, when you've got Haaland, he may not be the one that's gonna do the job because he doesn't really show up usually in the bigger games per se. But there's other guys that can do that for you. Foden's there for
I mean,
you.
it's true.
Gundogan's there for you. There's
It's
other
not
guys there for you.
true.
You know what I mean? The other man are there for you.
Holland has scored against every club. What is it? What are we talking about here?
That's it, man.
Oh my God, I can't.
Stop the gaslighting, you gaslighters.
I would
See, you don't like it when it's doing on him, no, is it? See, I love doing that.
No, but
I don't agree. I don't agree that City's going to win 3-4-0. I think Arsenal will definitely park the
Thank you,
bus.
Sunshine.
Like I don't think that's happening.
I actually
well, no,
disagree. I disagree.
I
I think
don't-
for me this
Go ahead.
time, I think Man City will actually break them down this time. I think the City that they faced were kind of they weren't like as 100% as they were right now.
We're not going to be
like
100. We don't have.
Bro,
KDB might not be playing.
No. As in when I mean 100%, I don't mean 100% of as in the team wise, but like as in pairing, like the way you're moving, the way the engine is moving right now. Your engine right now is, I would say, right now is working.
So you like what you saw from City versus Inter. You like.
I just think
Absolutely not.
I think the performance versus Inter, I think it was a pretty solid performance. I think the issue was the finishing was the issue really in that game. Like you should have just basically finished your chances. Savini had a good
better defense, Arsenal or Inter.
You has a better defense. I actually think they're quite similar because because I really rate Bastoni in my personal opinion. Acerbi's a great centre back, and that back three, particularly of the young German centre back too, Bisek, is it's really high quality.
All right, I would have given the edge to Arsenal, but maybe that's because I'm a little biased. I see them more often. So when I looked at the performance versus Inter, and I'm now seeing Arsenal and what they're planning on doing coming to the Etihad, I'm like, it's gonna be a long day. So
Inter's defense is one of the best in the world, bro. Point blank, that back three, bro, is unbreakable.
Yeah. I want to say this, not to derail things a little bit too much, but
it's already off the rails. Go ahead.
No, when Bridge was doing his breakdown, Sunshine were doing the breakdown. The one thing I want to point out, which doesn't get talked about, and I know he's a protected player. But why? Why during your moments of struggle or lack of player availability, Why don't we see a lot more versatility from Saka?
Hmm.
Why is it that
What do you
I'm
expect
able?
him to do?
Well, I'm able to see because Bridge mentioned it, falling back on different systems. I've seen Foden play the false nine. I've seen Foden play left wing. I've seen Foden play centrally.
That's true.
Why?
I've
Why?
seen
I'm
Palmer
gonna
play the
respond.
10. I've
I'm gonna
seen Palmer play on the right wing. I've
I'm
seen Palmer
responding
play as
to
the false
feeling.
9. You know
Keep
what I
going.
mean? Next is the other team, Manchester United. I've
Just
seen
flip
Bruno
that
do a few
argument.
formations at times. You know what I mean? Even though I know a lot of man don't rate him. You know, Tottenham, they've got guys that have done that before.
Tottenham don't
Madison's
bring
actually
him
done
up.
that for them a few times as well.
Yeah,
He's played,
Madison stinks.
yes,
That's the
you know what I
worst
mean?
example you could have brought.
No, but listen, he's
You could
probably
have
that.
said Kulusevski.
You know, even Kulusevski. Okay, see, thank you for helping me out there.
Yeah.
See, you're
So,
helping us
are
out,
you
bro.
saying like he needs to play like outside of
Do you know what?
multiple?
You know what it is, Shine? You know what I would say? I think the thing is like, yeah, he needs to be. I hate to use his example, but he needs to be like Hazard, in my personal opinion. There were times at Chelsea where we needed a guy that could create moments of brilliance, a moment out of nowhere, like that. He has that piece of magic, yeah, that can get the team to score a goal. Basically, that's the big thing I was actually talking about in the summer about Arsenal. They need a guy that can create a moment out of nothing to get them the lead, the
But
1-0.
is that him though?
Well, no,
Okay,
but I just want Arsenal fans to realize that's not him. They need to, but they don't want to realize that. They don't admit that Saka's not that guy. Is CJ gonna admit that Saka's not that guy?
I'm not gonna admit that because you're not. Here's the thing: is you're not taking context into it. Okay, we have seen this guy play on the left. We have seen him play on the right. We have seen him play left wing back. Ahmed, what are you talking about?
What?
We have seen him.
Oh well, left wing back hype. Left wing back hype. Left wing back hype.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is anything that I'm saying untrue?
That
No,
playing
it's not.
left wing back, your whole fan base had a meltdown when your
Yes.
Uncle Wright said he should be playing
I'm
left
merely
back.
saying that
Exactly.
you guys are saying that he's not versatile. That he's not versatile. That's just patently not true. Here's the problem: is where we are, how we are setting him up. We need somebody next to him to give him an outlet. He's getting isolated. We keep playing him on the right in the same positions every single time to set him up outside the
So
box.
whose fault is that then? Whose fault is that then? If he's
the manager. The
Saka
manager.
and Salah are the players that are
The manager that
stuck
I
out there on
always
the right
critique.
wing.
all I'm saying, man, Salah gets isolated on the right, but you know, Salah comes out of that. So why can't Saka do that?
I'm sorry, but Salah and Saka are two different players to me.
It's this. You guys
Wow.
are comparing apples to oranges here.
No, not really. We're just showing you,
Right.
man. Your guy's not on that level. He's not on that level, man.
He's showing his limitations. He's showing
Exactly.
his limitations. If he was
he's showing his
versatile,
limitations while he's getting double teamed on the in the final third of the pitch. He's showing his limitations.
Salah gets double team as well.
Please, not
But
like
Saka
that.
is
He
not
was getting
Salah.
a cost. He was getting a cost.
No, but that's Sunshine. We're trying to prove that point to him. Like we're showing him literally. I've given him another player that gets isolated on the right consistently. That happens to. We can even go to the left. We can give him. We can even give him another winger.
With the Saka talk. Saka's not should not be in the conversation with when they want to talk about player of the year, like my man Foden, because my man
Never
Foden
said
shows
that.
versatility.
Literally never said he was player.
I just want Arsenal fans to just admit that Saka is not clutch.
not
If we
that
can
guy.
say,
He's not
yeah,
that
exactly. Can we just? I just want
In the chat,
Arsenal
say
fans
he's
can
not
tell
that
me,
guy.
Ahmed Abdi, listen, we believe that Saka is not clutch. I am willing to take that because I can say that for a bunch of my own players too, and I would happily admit it.
All this Salah hype. How did he do against Nottingham Forest? All this Salah hype. Give me a break.
Wow.
Salah has an EPO, mate. What does Saka have? Salah has an EPO.
I don't
Salah
care.
has an EPO.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, bros?
Salah
currently has. Listen, listen.
Let's keep talking about people winning cups at empty stadiums. We got one of those too. Go ahead, Vader.
Wow.
I'm just saying that was very rude. That was very rude.
That was very nasty work.
How was that rude?
Nasty work.
It's facts.
That was
I'm
nasty
speaking
work, man.
facts. How's that rude?
It is a fact. I want to see a lot more versatility from Saka. When players are going down, not available, maybe play a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe move yourself from that comfortability of the right wing and maybe come centrally. Maybe let's see you play false nine. Let's see you do something different. Maybe giving access to other players on that pitch. And as a whole, you're a better squad overall versus you always being in that perfect position that's best for you. That's all I'm saying. I've seen.
You know what is VR? I'm gonna add to your point slightly. I'm gonna add to Vader's point. I just think he needs to add more weapons to his game. That's the correct answer. That's the correct point we need to add,
Okay,
right?
that
We
and
need to add.
that's
Hey,
a fair
listen,
argument.
we don't need you to try to do this the little cut inside, yeah, and then you know what I mean. We need you to be a bit more central, be a bit more positionally aware, find the pocket of space, move to it, be a bit more, have a higher mental IQ. That's what we're just asking you to have, bro. Simple as that, really. You know what I mean? Watch some tape, as they say. You know what I mean? What's it you guys talk about? Watch some tape. You know what I mean? Watch the tape, please. Rewind it.
Sunshine. I saw her taking some shots on the pitch.
Marked out of matches. He gets marked
Exactly.
out of matches, and that's on the manager. That's not necessarily on Bukayo Saka.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
go,
have players
Sky.
that should be doing that too, and they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree with you. I think it's on the manager.
Yeah, so you're gonna set this guy up to for his outlet always to either be a Ben White overlapping. That's the only help that he got, and Ben White overlap was not seen today. It just wasn't.
You know what I say to that, TJ?
What?
The best players, man, they don't need overlaps, bro. They just make it happen.
Oh my God. This is so. Then see, and here's the thing: you're just proving to me that you haven't been watching Arsenal game in and game out for the last 3 years.
I just listen,
absolutely
man.
ridiculous.
Listen, no, man. Listen, you know what it is, man. Listen, you know, Cole Palmer, he doesn't need an overlap. He just creates
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Well, he hasn't been playing that well.
You mean the same Cole Palmer that's playing in the Conference League? That Cole Palmer?
Listen, man. Listen, where Chelsea is playing is irregardless to how the player performs on a week-to-week basis.
It's Cole Palmer.
Well,
I'm not saying that Cole Palmer isn't a star player. I think that he is, but we're talking about we're comparing teams that are. Can
you be honest? Can you be honest, TJ? Like, let's be honest as well. Yeah, the UCL quality is not as it was 4 years ago either. Let's be realistic too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, when you had
Kai
Havertz scoring the winning goal for you. Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. The quality was not the same then. I admit that too. So listen, that's the point I'm trying to make. That there's actually been a steady decline in the UCL, like in terms of actual quality over the last, I think, probably 8 years.
They're diluting the product. They got too many teams in there.
Yeah, it's listen. So, hey, end of the day, man, the game's the game. Like right there, I was doing a good troll. The Palmer troll was a little cheeky one there.
This is why I want you on the channels, because I need this.
You see, I mean, I just love to, little
Vader
people.
can't be the only troll, bro. Vader can't be the only troll. That's what we got to work on here.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to bring with this late show. Smash the likes, by the way. We still have 100 inside. Smash the likes. Subscribe to the thing. This is going to be a regular show. And if I can invite AI Vader and Sky on.
Oh, stop this!
Or, to be my co-hosts, that would be great. They're always going to have the link. This is going to be the Americans. We're tying it together for you Brits out there.
Like this.
We're tying it together for you.
As I've said before, man. Listen, memeing the side of Saka, I think there is a valid reason to argue that yes, maybe he needs a more of an error, but I do think he needs to actually probably improve his IQ and finding better positions. Sometimes, there should be something about, listen, okay, it's not working right now. Maybe I need to break from the system slightly and readjust it to make it work. That's leadership. You know what I mean? In-game management, as I also say, in-game management, the best players are able to find a bit. No, but the thing is, like, we can't rely on the manager every single minute on the pitch, bro. We can't be going,
but also who's around Saka too?
Well, he's got Ben White next to him. What are we saying? Is he not a good fullback?
You just said overlap. You just literally knocked down the fact that I brought up overlapping. And
no. I'm actually giving you the point. Okay, I'm even saying, like, I mean, realistic here. Yes, he's got the overlap of Ben White, right? But I'm also saying, let's say if the overlap is not working right now, they're seeing through the overlap. Okay, now it's time for me. Okay, that's not working. What do I have that I can change the game with that I'm seeing that the opposition is doing? You know what I mean? Read the game a bit. Read the game a little bit as well.
I think
for me, you know what?
It's hard to read the game when you got the opposition's left back and center back both doubling up on you. Pause.
I just think for me, you know what needs to happen? I think he needs to be given a bit more of a freer role. I think he's just too. I think Arteta's doing.
That's the point I was trying to make.
So it is the manager. It is the manager.
No, I think it's a bit of both.
I'm glad we arrived here eventually.
He needs to show that he can be trusted to do it. So we'll meet halfway. The manager, yes, but he also needs to show the manager that he can be rewarded with the trust to be able to have that free role.
Because, like, the issue. My issue is, like, listen, big up to Pep. I think Pep is kind of like one of the
Pep. Respect Pep.
big up. Listen,
think
one of my
anybody's
issues,
disrespecting
one
Pep.
of my issues with Pep is that
Here.
he's kind of made this thing about making players slightly so robotic, in the sense of like producing such a level of efficiency that you lose the spark in it, and then other managers who are trying to replicate that, it becomes a problem of like you lose the spark of the team because everything just needs to be right. Yes, it has to be. If it is not here by a meter or 2 inches, you know what I mean? Dun, 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 that means we have to restart again. You know what I mean? So that's the issue. That's my problem in it. So sometimes, bro, football needs. I always say it's a bit of a balance. You need to obviously have a system that works for you, but you also need to have players that can provide individual brilliance at times to make it happen too.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. So let's just get into it. Let's wrap up the Arsenal because honestly, they put me to sleep today, and I'm getting tired of talking about them today. And it was an abysmal performance. If you need a cure for insomnia, go back and watch that game. If you're in the U.S., you can watch it on Paramount Plus. You'll cure your insomnia. You'll get a good night's sleep. Let's preview the City game. You're already saying that we're gonna play at 3 at the back, or we're gonna play like 5 at the back. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. I think we're still gonna lose 1 or 2-0. What do you think, Vader?
Well, how much time do I have?
However much time you want.
Oh, okay. Let me get.
We're moving on to the Man City next portion here. I just don't want to talk about the Atalanta game anymore because it's gonna depress me.
Atalanta. Sorry, I had to do it.
Atalanta. All right. This City preview, I was really hyped for it. I was really hyped for it before this week started.
Damn.
Because I saw how you guys played against Spurs, the hype, and the fact that it was a derby. I was like, you know what, this is gonna be a battle. This is gonna be a real battle when it comes down to playing on Sunday. But then I saw KDB go out. Got subbed off at halftime. Sunshine, why are you rolling your eyes? You're so rude. You're so rude. I saw KDB go down, and I was like, you know what? The advantage that City had going into this game, I was like, it got a little closer to being equal. But if Odegaard is still out, like he is, Rice is obviously back. I think the advantage is still City. All right. Let me be real. Let me be honest with you. I'm not going to go in here and try to talk about City being underdogs. I would never do that. But the game lost a lot of its hypeness. The game lost a lot of its hypeness because I think Arteta is going to play the most defensive, heartless,
He is
courageless game for the sake of the result. Like for the sake of, you know what, let me just try to minimize the damage and be risk adverse. And if I leave here,
It's gonna be Vita. You know what's gonna happen? Vita full time. Yes, come on, Arsenal! What a draw! What a draw, man! I can't wait to see those ones, man. I can't wait to see that gonna happen on ATV, man. Big up the ATV, bro.
But you know what? Here's the thing that keeps popping into my mind as I think about the game. We're gonna go for it. We're at home. We're not gonna play cautiously. We're gonna play to get the 3 points. And the same way we left ourselves, quote unquote, exposed to the counter, exposed to opportunities versus Inter, we're gonna do the same thing versus you guys. Now, the only thing that's got me really optimistic, as I just hit the microphone, what's got me really optimistic is I don't think your finishing quality, I don't think your midfield quality is like Inter's. Obviously, with the departure of Odegaard due to injury, but even then, I don't think you match the quality of Inter. So I'm a little calmer with that one. I just don't want to be giving you guys many chances. Now, Holland, which the bridge disrespectfully, Sunshine disrespectfully said, and I think TJ, you might have done this the same, said he doesn't show up at big games. This Holland has scored against all of you. Are you guys not big games?
How many goals did Holland score against us last season?
Now it's how many goals he scored against you, TJ. If you want to
like
go
2 years ago.
Okay. All right.
What? I'm sorry. I'm just stating facts. I'm not even trying to be a dick. Go ahead.
All right. So do I want to state facts and say how many goals did you score at the Etihad last year?
0.
Right. So we can play that game, but it's about this game coming up on Sunday. I think Holland is going to be the focal point. I think the respect that I have for Arsenal and the best center back pairing in all of the world, all of the universe, the galaxy, It's going to be that type of matchup, that type of chess match, and I'll be tuned into your watch. You're doing a watch along, right?
Of course, I was going to invite you and see if you wanted to come on.
No, I'm not doing those anymore. I did that last year. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that. But I will be in the comments. I think that
Trolling.
No, just stating my points. I think that Holland and the center back pairing that you have is going to be the key matchup. But I'm going to be looking at what we do without KDB. So right now, I would think that we're going to go Grealish. Silvino came off injured as well, so I think we might go. Grealish. I think we might go Holland. I think we might go Doku, and then in the midfield with no KDB, I think we go Foden, Gundogan, and Rodri. So I'm happy with that one, and
So
I think
terrible.
L Nation, man, L Nation. You know,
L
what I
Nation,
mean?
baby.
because she has her camera angled this way, like kind of
Big up Anfield.
But
Big up
because she
Anfield.
looks up and she kind of gives those like floaty eyes when she does her thing. She thinks that no one can see that she's a troll. I agree with what Flawless was saying earlier. Big up to everybody on this panel, but Sunshine, because she is the biggest troll in the world. She just tries to do it all cutesy so you don't notice. I've got concerns respecting Arsenal. They've challenged us the last 2 years. We only won by 2 points last season. Them coming to the Etihad is going to be a very interesting game. I can't keep a clean sheet either, so that's where it's troublesome. Whether I give up a goal through build-up play, through a counter, or even a set piece, this game is not going to be a snore fest for the overall, because I think there's going to be the drama on who wins it. So we're going to be tuned in, but I don't think it's not going to be sexy football. And it's not going to be sexy football because of Arsenal, not because of City.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Sunshine, what do you think?
So are we going to get... Can I ask you a question, TJ, before
No, absolutely. Now, of course you can. What's up, man?
You know what I mean? Are you going to be having 7 guys behind 7, like 5 centre backs and 2 CDMs? Are you going to go for a new record?
You want me to? I can definitely answer that question, and the answer is yes, absolutely. We will. We are not playing this game to win. Like, this is you saw it at Tottenham. Well, no, I don't. So here's the thing: we haven't looked good in the attack since Aston Villa. Okay, we have not had intent to win matches since Declan Rice got sent off against Brighton. Ever since that happened, we have not looked good in the final third. Period. End of story. Our goals are coming from set pieces. We nearly scored off of a free kick from Saka today, and that is the only time we've really realistically looked like scoring. So if you're asking me how I think we're going to line up, it's going to be 3 center backs, 2 wing backs, and two sixes. Like, that is how we are going to manage this game. And that's why I still think there is a strong chance that they're going to break through on us. And once we break through and the game gets opened up a little bit, we either score or we completely capitulate. But I don't think this is going to be the exact same setup that you saw last season, only we don't have Odegaard, which is a huge problem. Too. Like, and I was getting asked the same. So I'll go ahead and name who I think will start and how he should start it, if he is going to play the Osama bin Laden type football that we're going to expect. It's going to be it's true though. Here we go. David Ray. So David Ray in net. We got the normal back 4. We're going to have Timber. We're going to have, well, actually, no. We're going to have Timber. We're going to have, no. Hold on one second. Let me think. So center back.
Yeah, definitely have Ben White for sure. Yeah, definitely Ben White for sure.
So here's what's going to happen. We're going to play 3 center backs. Okay. We're going to have Saliba. We're going to have Gabriel. We're going to have Ben White playing as a right-sided center back. Hear me out. And then we're going to have wing backs. Okay. Like we did last season. So we're going to have Jesus on the left, Saka on the right. And they're not going to move up. And then we're going to have Rice, Partey, and Trossard, and what's his name? Havertz. Rounding it out.
Oof.
It's gonna be awful to watch. Like I'm just glad that it's a later match, so I don't have to wake up at 6:30 and fall asleep again. Like that's what I'm afraid of. That's my prediction. And I think that Man City are going to eventually break through. It's unfortunate. They're just too good in the attack. They're too good in the midfield. And that's just the way it is. Big up Lauren in the chat, by the way. Big up Lauren, absolute legend. But yeah, Sky's already fallen asleep thinking about it. Like that's how bad this is going to be.
You know, what time is it? Been 4:30 p.m., isn't it? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna just take my girlfriend for dinner at that point. You know, what I mean, nice little lunch restaurant. You know,
no. Take her out to a nice dinner.
Yeah, man.
You should do that.
You know, I mean, yes, I think I'm gonna do that instead. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. You know, usually I usually because like on the Sundays there's usually a big game. I usually take it out on a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Sunday afternoon is gonna be it because like I'm being serious. I'm gonna listen. That's gonna be a snore fest right there, mate. Snore fest. You know what I mean? I still believe that it'll probably be like a 1-0 Man City. I think Man City will actually edge it. I just think they're just pairing right now on all cylinders. Yes, KD loss might be a bit of a minor issue, but they will resolve that. Pep will always resolve that, bro. And I think for me, the way that this season has started, in my honest opinion, right? Pep, I think listen, you know, I've got my little prop here. He's come to, you know, straight away. Relax, is a prop. It's not real. It's a prop. That's what I always do. You're not allowed to have the real one in the UK. It's the UK.
You're not a dude. You can get arrested for even showing that on camera, bro.
No, I can't. It's all right in the UK to get arrested. That's why. Otherwise, I would have been in trouble. I know. Otherwise, but seriously, obviously, of course, he's coming with the sword. I think he's really trying to obviously, you know, rack up the points a lot faster than he's ever done. So I think for me personally, I do believe he'll get a goal in here. Now, I don't know how that's gonna come. Maybe it might be a little header, something like that. But I do believe, you know, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's gonna be dead. I'm gonna watch all.
I do wonder though, bro. Like, you know, how long is this gonna last? Actually, I think even before we kind of finish this off, how long do you think this is gonna be lasted for? Because maybe some people might say once you start facing regular mid-table to lower mid-table sides, maybe because they're like lower opposition, lower rated, you might be able to get through it. But it's like this could honestly continue for quite a while into January if he's out for that long, right? Because I don't think your attack is that prolific, barring Saka, in my personal opinion.
Well, even when he was in the lineup, it wasn't looking that great. I mean, you got to consider who we were playing against. Obviously, Aston Villa was a cagey match, but where I get nervous is when we move past the Boltons, when we move past the Leicesters and who else am I talking about? The Southamptons, and then we have to play PSG at home. And then we're going to get absolutely exposed again. I don't think it really. Here's the thing. I don't think it matters, really. Oh, hold on, real quick. Lee Gunner rating Sunshine, I believe. Yep, Lee Gunner rating Sunshine. Lee raid over to Sunshine. Big up Lee Gunner for the raid every single time. Really appreciate it. That's awesome. Big up Lee. Now everybody smash the like on the video. If I have to tell you again, I don't know what to tell you. Smash the like on both videos, TV Warren TV and Sunshine.
Absolutely.
Don't smash the likes, man. Don't smash the likes. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. All right. Get this guy out
I'm such a troll, man. I'm such a troll today. My apologies.
What the hell?
No, but seriously,
I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big up, Jez.
Big up, Jez. Big up everybody watching right now. Like the stream. Subscribe to the thing, people. Subscribe to the thing. No, but before I got distracted by that incredible raid here, no, like it does worry me because look, you saw how we've been training in this match today, because we miss Odegaard and we play like that. That just shows that we were so dependent on this guy. We weren't even training a backup. We weren't even considering it.
That's what makes it scary, TJ, by the way. That's what makes it so scary, bro.
We shipped the backup to Fulham.
It actually, bro, it's like, I know obviously Veta is not here right now, yeah, and like he was memeing about the KDB thing, but like it's like any suitable team, bro, has an actual backup to their main star, right? The thing that makes it so scary for me is just like Odegaard was so, you know what I mean? It was like Odegaard was meant to be the guy. He connects your team so much that they didn't think we need a plan B. Like,
crazy.
That's what makes it crazy, isn't it? That's
You could see they didn't think that based off the transfer window. They didn't have a
No,
plan
no,
B
yeah,
there
no,
either.
no, but I just feel like for me, it just comes back to Edu incompetence. You know what I mean? It's just extreme incompetence because like having again, it just comes back to Havertz doesn't work there. So why do you just like there's a lot of 10s out there. Pedro Concalves from Philippine, what's it called? Sporting Lisbon. Great number 10 to have that could actually have done a great job for you as a backup. You know what I'm saying? Like I could name you a bunch of those guys because you know me, I like to scout players, like in my personal opinion. So like I know a bunch of guys I could have just given you out of the top of my head that could have really worked in your system.
The Bridge, you're a Chelsea fan. Of course, you're gonna have to keep track of all the players.
Listen, Veda, bro. That's what Chelsea did to me, bro. Chelsea's made me out like a full-time scout. You know what I mean? I'm a full-time scout. You know what I mean? I was already in FM. I was already an FM rat. Now they just made me a Chelsea FM rat. You know what I mean? So listen, I knew Duran was gonna be the real deal, but they told me they needed Osimhen. I knew, and listen, if you got 40 million for Duran right now, bro, hey, top four would have been secured.
Yeah, so 100%. No, and here's the final thing I'm gonna say about the Arsenal midfield here before I give it over for. I mean, do we all give our predictions here?
I said 1-0 Man City. I said 1-0
Man City. What do you got, Sky?
2-1 City.
2-1 City. Oh, you think we're gonna score? That's nice of you. Yeah, like I said, 1-0. But again, we shipped off ESR. We shipped off Vieira. Vieira was done. He didn't fit into the squad. He didn't perform to anywhere near the levels we needed him to. And then here's where I get a little angry though, is that there are people now saying, "Oh, well, we shouldn't have signed it. We shouldn't have sent ESR the other way."
Damn.
ESR the other way. Here's the problem with that though. Here's the problem with that is he wasn't generating in the system anyway. You could tell he was unhappy. Like my big up Neftali. I always quote him on this because he was spot on with this. He said it was getting awkward. It was getting awkward because we would bring on ESR into these games where we were up 3-4-0, freaking absolutely battering them, and he was getting chances and he was missing constantly. Not performing to the level we need him to perform at. Now we all called it in a Marco Silva system. He was gonna cook because I'm sorry, that's his level. That's his kind of team. And he's doing exactly what everybody expected. So I'm glad we moved him on, but the fact that we didn't replace him is diabolical. And now you're seeing the result. It is what it is.
A lot of things, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of fan bases upset with their directors and players coming in or players not leaving. So I mean that's a fair criticism. I think, I mean, to hold it over Edu or Arsenal that they won't write it. I know from a fan standpoint you want everything immediate, but I'd be surprised if they don't address what you're looking for in the January transfer window or even next season, because you guys showed a lot of spending intent the last 2 years. I mean, I know, yes, this transfer window wasn't the best, but previous to that you had Declan Rice, and previous to that you had Declan Rice and Kai Havertz, and then previous to that you guys spent big as well. Even though you don't like the players now, you don't like Jesus and Zinchenko, and there's a list of players.
I liked him when he first came into the club.
What happened to Zinchenko, bro? I've not even seen that, but I play.
We don't need to. We got Urian Timber. We don't need him. We don't need Zinchenko.
Oh, I think he's hurt. He's hurt. Come on,
he is hurt. He is hurt. But Timbers looked great.
Yeah, Timbers looked.
Yeah. So obviously, listen, big up to Timber. Jesus, though, bro, man, what does he even do? You know what I mean? Listen, obviously, not to be just connected to the religious leader.
You're going to reopen this if you want to talk
not to be connected with to the religious leader.
And playing very well.
Yeah,
Jesus was given to him playing really well and looking to be that guy. He did raise Arsenal's level year one. Come on,
no, that's what I'm saying. Year one, he did, but
a little while, and then he got hurt, and then he's never been the same. Though that knee injury, I think it completely tanked his career. And
I love how nobody's talking about Martinelli.
We don't need to
talking about Martinelli.
Not here. We didn't.
Yeah, bro, I spoke about Martinelli already. 17 games, no GA. Mudryk has better GNA than him last season. Mudryk had more better GNA than last season. Madueke barely played last season, by the way. Remember, I think he had more GNA than last season.
Mudryk had more GA than Martinelli.
Yes.
That's disgusting. That's
Dude.
poor. That's poor. I mean, they want to crash it on my man, Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku looks like a star boy versus.
Listen,
versus this
you know what it is, man. I think Doku is a great player. I just
Speak
don't.
on
I
it.
just. But you know, because I watch Rennes. That's my French team that I watch actually. Because they
Yes,
produce the
yes.
most of our talent, right?
Li-
But
Lille
like
is
again,
mine. Lille.
see. So, but the issue is, I think he went to the wrong manager. That's the
Oh,
problem.
you're being now you're being disrespectful. Okay, put this guy.
Do you know what I mean by that?
No,
He's
you did not
just
go to
like
the wrong
it
manager.
doesn't.
No,
It doesn't. It
no.
doesn't. You know, he went to the wrong manager, man.
No,
You
you
know,
did not
if he went to another team, honestly, where the manager really provides like a 1v1 opportunity, unironically under Maresca, Doku would be my guy, bro. You know what I mean? That would be my winger.
No, see,
Under
no,
a
no, no,
Maresca
no, no,
system,
no, I gotta correct you. I gotta
1v1.
correct you. No, this
Oh
is
my
war. This is
lord,
war. We're warring right now.
Eaton,
The reason
Eaton.
why it's not about going to the wrong manager. If anything, if you want to say maybe he went to the wrong team because of the damn respect that we get. I have the likes of Arsenal, as great as they are as a club, they're going to play defensive against me. So all the lesser clubs are going to do the same thing. It's not about 1v1. It's about how teams choose to defend against Manchester City. Jeremy Doku is that guy. I keep telling everybody, and they don't want to listen, but I'm going to remind you.
That guy is crazy work.
Mbappe, right? Mbappe said the player that he enjoyed watching most in Ligue 1 was Jeremy Doku.
I don't think people know this.
It is true.
Have you seen the interview?
quote is out there.
There's an interview of
quote is out
Doku, I
there.
think in his second season at Rennes. Yeah, it's a special interview at Rennes. Yeah, and he says, yeah, all I think about when I play football is beating players 1v1. That is literally what I live for, to beat players 1v1. That guy here is literally addicted to dribbling past players.
And
bro.
you know what's going to happen now? You know what's happening? Pep is making him to be able to dribble past 1v2. That's what he's getting into.
He's doing
That's the level that he's going to get to. So, listen, everybody wants to criticize.
I don't know about 1v2 because, like, you know what from like, give me the width, mate. All right, time to pass it back, buddy. You know what I mean? We'll let the midfield take it from there. You know what I mean? So, listen, Doku. Listen, I would take Doku at Chelsea. Listen, Doku next if he's not cooking this much, Chelsea 25 million. You know what I mean? We've got something for
They're gonna put him out. They're gonna put him out on the yard for sale in the next year.
Listen, all I have to say is
trying to buy
Rashford
players.
Has scored, and they haven't. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
You know
all
what?
right. Rashford scored. Guys. Round of applause, boys.
Oh
Rashford can score against Barnsley, boys.
Martinelli in the bin. Doku in the bin. Let's go. Let's go.
Round of applause.
Somebody needs to put Sky on a wanted poster after that. That was ridiculous.
That with their neck too. That was bothering me.
And I'm really, you know what? I'm really glad you brought that up, Sky, because you know what I've heard. You know what the streets are saying?
What do they say?
United is back.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing on the street.
You don't hear that on my street.
United after play Southampton and was it
bro?
Game's gone.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And people say
the game's gone, man.
No. Here's the thing: is they say TJ, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the answer.
You don't have the answers.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.
Tony, do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.
They say, TJ, you don't have the answers, but I've been hearing on the streets that Man United are back 10 goals in 2 games. Okay? None conceded. How dare you not say that Man United is back? Hey, Sky, are you not backing your club? How dare you say that?
That's why I want them to be better.
How dare you say that Man United isn't back? You guys are gonna go.
What more do you want?
Away to Crystal Palace and smash them up. Come on, give
man. Listen, man. Listen. I'm hearing Rashford's back, Xerxes Nation. You know what I mean? I'm hearing Delicts giving you headers. You know what I mean? Garnacho's chipping in now. Even Ahmad scoring. What's next?
Ronaldo 2.0.
Come on, bro. Yeah, man.
All I'm saying is we have a really big game. Every game for us is a big game. Honestly, let's be real, because we're crap. But we didn't get any points from Crystal Palace last year, you know, and we really need to win this game. And I'm just interested to see how he's going to come out with his midfield, because if we have Ugarte, Bruno, and Mainu, it's going to be peak. Because Bruno, I can't.
He's Mainu
and Bruno are going to go forward, and Ugarte is going to be stuck all by himself, just like Casemiro. Okay, it's not going to work.
You know, I took a note. What's it called? Yeah, I actually did a stream with Staffy the other day, 2 days ago, when he faced Barnsley. Yeah, big up to my guy Staffy. And I took a note, yeah, because he mentioned to me on the 17th of the night of 2024 that Ugarte, was bleeding versus Barnsley, innit? You know what I mean? It's literally, I actually have this already, bleeding versus Barnsley. Like, I actually wrote that down. So, I'm telling you right now, I don't even need to. I know this is going to be true for me. I'm always writing players, from League One. That guy's a scrub. He is actually, the Kure and whoever the other guy is going to be in midfield for them is going to eat them up for breakfast, bro. He is going to get out muscled, just bullied off the ball. Any opportunity they get for him, he is going to be barbecue chicken to that midfield. So I just hope you're ready for that.
Yeah.
And that's me being serious, by the way. I'm not even. This is me being point blank serious on the player. Like, Ugarte is not good. Like,
not good.
Not good.
I think it's too early. I think it's too early to say that. I thought he was.
No, it's not. It's not for me.
I think he looks good for his nation.
Listen, there's one thing good being good for internationally and one thing good at League 1. League 1,
I agree with that.
When it comes to the physicality, is the same as the EPL. So if you cannot hack it in League 1, you cannot hack in the EPL. Not being harsh, bro. Like, if you watch his performances,
you got a lot of agendas tonight. You got a lot of agendas tonight.
I don't do agendas on a personal level. I'm not an agenda merchant. You know what I mean? I don't really have agendas personally. You know what I mean? The only guy that I really disliked at my football club is already not at my football club, and that was Raheem Sterling. And that's pretty much it. Every other player, I don't really have any, that sort of thing.
You have a notebook for every player, don't you? He said he doesn't have agendas. He has a notebook of what people say on panels. That's crazy.
That was a panel that I was on. I did that as a little joke at the time. So I hope I just continue the joke on from now on. So,
no, that's actually good. Take notes on these people. Collect receipts. That's all I gotta say. Especially with Staffy, he's a slippery one, dude. You got to.
Me and Staffy agree on the fact that guy it's gonna be a failure. So I agree.
No, he's been talking shit on Ugarte for a while, but I think United. I think it's way too early to tell how he's gonna do.
Yeah,
it's way too early to tell.
To be fair, Crystal Palace hasn't looked great this year, but like that doesn't mean anything. Here's my thing: we're so consistent at being inconsistent. We can have a 7-0 win and then look like a different team on Saturday and completely
you were playing
lay
kids,
an egg.
But,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but you know what it is, man. United can be very similar to like Chelsea, where we can just be charity FC, bro. We can revitalize teams. We revitalize them. We make them, getting back into second, third gear.
And if we come out the first 30 minutes like we did for Southampton, it's a wrap because we looked absolutely terrible those first 30 minutes for Southampton.
And it's at Selhurst Park too. Interesting.
Yeah, and didn't you guys get blown out against them last
4-1.
season?
4-1.
Yeah. And we lost. Yeah. We didn't get any points. I think they beat us 1-0 the game before, like the previous match.
That was on the 2 different managers.
That can happen.
They got 2 draws. They got 2 draws, 2 losses, and a -3 goal difference. I think that you're going to be able to help them out with that. To be honest with you, like the overconfidence I'm seeing in the Man United fan base, not you, but the overconfidence that I'm seeing in the Man United fan base right now, based off of 2 performances against Championship and League One. What
do you see?
I don't think I've ever seen Sunshine overconfident going into
I don't really see that overconfident.
I wasn't talking about Sunshine. I was talking about certain other United fans.
I wasn't confident versus Southampton.
Yeah.
But don't you think
there were a lot of people saying that you guys were going to go lose against Southampton after the international break? Go ahead, Vader.
Yeah, I mean, I said that United were going to win 2 out of the 3 matches because they had Southampton, now Crystal, and last in the league is
Spurs,
right?
Tottenham, yeah.
Tottenham. So I was saying 2 out of 3, but I can see why there is excitement and hype with regards to United right now. Because, like, yes, I know you can only play who's in front of you, but scoring goals the way they are, that is a promising thing. That's a confidence building thing. And we know that when players, we all watch North American sports. We know that with regards to basketball, once a player kind of gets that ball to go into the net, then, they're a lot more comfortable. They're a lot more loose. And Rashford's one of those players. The fact that Rashford got those goals, you can see he's also different. He's taking shots from long range now. So I think that's going to trickle down. Am I out here to gas United and being like they're going to slap a Crystal Palace? No, but I also don't think that it's like they're not good enough to win. They're clearly good enough to go to Crystal Palace and win that game. And I think there's a lot of momentum on their side. Is it going to be a scoring fest? No. Is it too early to predict? I'd say 2-1's realistic for United to go out
Yeah,
there.
that's
And
what
win.
I have. That's what I
Oh my
have.
god! Listen, first of all, let me just say this. Let me just say
Chat
this.
is awesome, yo.
I'm not glazing anybody. I'm not glazing any club ever. I don't do that. Let me just give my take on it. Let me just give my take on things as I see it. There's a reason to be excited for those United fans out there. For those that want to be a little more guarded, like Sunshine, that's all fine. But
Is it
trust
guarded or
me,
realistic?
I think it's guarded because you are seeing some positives, right? You are seeing some momentum building with the club. And honestly, if you look squad for squad, other than if your heart wasn't speaking, you'd say United's winning this game, even though you're going away to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we look better than a lot of teams on paper, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but
We do have Eric Ten Hag. Everyone forgets our manager.
What do you mean?
You guys won 7-0, 10 Hag in.
Oh my God.
What?
You have the second most successful manager of the last 2 years.
Yeah, man, you got back-to-back
Second best
trophies.
team in England is what I hear.
He's been upgrading trophies, man.
Why are you shaking your head? That's a fact.
FA
Sunshine.
Cup, maybe Europa
That is
League
a
this season.
fact.
You know what I mean?
That is a fact. No troll.
Please.
That is a fact.
I've heard enough from him about the trophies. I don't need to hear it from you guys. Okay.
You know what I mean? Listen, I said this before, man. Carabao, FA Cup now. Europa League might be next. You know, you know what I mean? There's a trend going on there, man. That's what I'm saying. But I think for me, personally, probably going to be a 1-1. I could have seen it being a draw. I think Crystal Palace can get something from this game, and I actually think
who scores first.
You know what I would say. I genuinely think probably United will score first, but what will happen is that I think they might get a bit too comfortable in possession, and I could see them doing what they did to us, where we got the goal, but because we weren't clinical enough initially in the first half, they will get that goal back essentially, which is what happened to Chelsea in our case in the second half. So I could see that happen. And again, I just think for me personally, I've said this before, I just don't think United's attack here is as clinical as people I think like to believe. Yes, maybe Rashford could go because I think Rashford I think could get into that purple patch.
Not.
You know, so because like a lot of people are like United's attack can do something, but I don't necessarily believe that. I think I don't believe that at all. Your attack is not as clinical as many people like to do, but I think 1-1 is a fair result. I think fair result.
Yeah. So who are you starting up front? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Like
It'd probably be Rashford, Ahmad, and
Xerxes. Yeah, Xerxes. Right. So
I want that, but I think he's going to start Garnacho.
When is Højlund back? How much longer is he out?
I think
what
he's coming
happened
back.
to him?
Wait, no. I think he's going to be back.
Come right back
this
into the
game,
lineup.
but he's not going to start.
He's not going to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Him and
what
Mount
I was
have been
saying.
training, so
I don't think he slots right in there. I mean, and he didn't look like he was ripping up trees during the preseason either. Like
Højlund?
to be honest.
Højlund looked good.
No, Højlund looked good during preseason.
Højlund looked good.
Well, not the Højlund that I saw, but that's all right. That's all right.
That's when he got hurt, right?
Yep.
The Arsenal was
Yeah.
the Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you didn't see him prior to that, then
yeah.
But he was.
Yeah. Like, well, no. And here's the thing: is he cooked in Europe, but in the league, he's just mid. Like, and I'm going the other direction. I think you guys are gonna lose. I think it's gonna be 2-1.
Oh, you're a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I just have I've seen the football that United has been playing.
I have to ask this question, yeah. You know, obviously, I don't know if you know this. Amad Diallo, last year of his contract. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm not saying I want him.
You already got Sancho. Stay away, okay?
Listen, I rate him very highly, but you know, I actually want to ask a question to Sunshine. Do you genuinely believe he signs, or do you think he might think about moving on to greener pastures in his if you know what I mean?
That's such a good question because I would hope most United fans want him to stay. I want him to stay.
Of course.
I'm just concerned about his relationship with the manager because I don't think the manager rates him or utilizes him to the best of his ability.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I'm kind of hesitant because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Because Garnacho is scoring, and I wish he could stay in that kind of super sub role, I think he's going to switch them, which I don't think is the smartest thing to do because Ahmad brings so much to our offensive attack that Garnacho just cannot provide. But
as a starter.
Yes, and Eric Ten Hag just cares so much about goals because it helps him win. Obviously, he's like hyper fixated on goals. He doesn't utilize players correctly to play. I don't know.
Because the thing for me
football.
is, I
It's a
do
good problem to
wonder.
have. It's a good problem to have with the rest of the quality.
Yeah.
I agree. I just think for me the issue is just gonna be, can he convince him to get playing time? Because I think if he looks at peers in and around about his age, I think how old is he? 22 right now, 23, right? There's a lot of players at his age are getting extremely regular time football at top football clubs. So
and he can play at them.
and he can play there too. I would argue too. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. You're trying to say that he might be looking to go to other clubs that they're not going to match United in terms of their greatness or size of club. Why would he really look to leave? He can win that starting spot. No, but he can win that. He can earn that.
But the thing is,
especially if Eric Ten Hag is on the clock. Sunshine and her fan base keep telling me that Eric Ten Hag is about to get fired.
I don't know, man. I feel like the thing is like Veda, yeah. They keep on saying that, and he keeps on surviving. So it's like, is he really on the clock? You know what I mean? Is he really?
He's on the clock.
I mean, they keep on saying he's on the clock. It's almost like was it called of Ollie? Like Ollie, who always used to hear Ollie's on the clock. Ollie's on the clock, and then
you know what it feels like? It feels like one of my girlfriends is like in this relationship with a really toxic guy. She's like, I broke up with him. I promise, he's not here. And then like 1 week later, she's like, oh, I went on a date with him. I'm back with him. I'm like, oh my gosh, like get this guy out of here.
You gotta cut ties. You gotta cut ties. But Eric Ten Hag keeps winning. He keeps winning. Can't.
That was nasty work, my bit. That was nasty work.
If you want Eric Ten Hag out, you gotta sacrifice winning trophies. Like you're gonna want him to not win matches because as long as he's winning you guys trophies, he's gonna stay in.
Exactly.
FA Cup, the prime example. Everybody was saying, "Oh, trophies paper over the cracks. It's papering over the cracks of the league plague." No, I get it.
I mean,
but then you guys win an FA Cup and you guys are shameless about it. So
the trophy meant more, though, TJ. Don't do that. The trophy meant
it means more, man. It means
more.
No.
Don't quote Liverpool at me.
Hold on. I understand that the trophy means more. I understand that, but FA Cup and another. The only reason I'm glad United won that FA Cup is because we get to see another season of Ten Hag ball. That was the only thing I got out of it.
Do you see my issue? Do you see?
Yeah, no, I know it's an issue, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people just be like, "Oh yeah, no, we won the FA Cup," and I'm like, "Yeah, but at what cost? At what cost? You know what I mean?
At what cost? Mental sanity. We literally had the worst season in the Premier League ever.
Cry me a freaking river. Listen to this spoiled brat over here. Do you hear?
But you know why we won a trophy? We're Man United. You know what can I say? We're just not Arsenal. We're just not Spurs. We always find a way to win, even though we're terrible. What can I say?
That Sunshine's she's sniping right now. I think Eric Ten Hag is obviously going to remain at United if he continues even just to win throughout this season. Like I'm not even saying he needs to. If he finishes top 4 without a trophy, I still think it's hard for ownership to say see you later.
Yeah,
I really do, because it'll be a case of the whole context. Well, who would have won trophies instead of United? If it happens to be a City, if it happens to be a Chelsea, if it happens to be an Arsenal, I don't think the ownership are going to be like you're not good enough because he's won.
I want to
finish top 4. It's.
You know what I do, Veta? Like I think the issue they've got, bro, they were in with other managers last season, bro, and some of them may have rejected them. Some of them they may have rejected some others that they've probably chosen. So it's like the pool of managers that you probably can get now is vastly reduced to what you have as at this point in time. So it's like, can you really go back to these guys again? Because if you go back to these guys again, you've lost any leverage that maybe you had previously.
Yep. Do you know United fans were upset that Tuchel was on their short list?
That's great. Listen, they deserve Tuchel, man. I need him to feel what happened at Chelsea, because I've said this before. Tuchel, in my personal opinion, he's going through the Mourinho cycle where he loses the management ability. You know what I mean? The thing about Tuchel, you need that with Mourinho, he had the tactics, but the thing that helped him more than anything else was the man management style. That because he was able to get all these guys together to believe in his ethos and philosophy. Because like if you read anything about Mourinho at Chelsea, at Inter, that's the thing they always talk about, right? But like, and Tuchel, bro, what we saw happen at Bayern, you've seen what happened at Chelsea. It's like, he loses the dressing room quite easily now.
Yeah. It's hard to take him seriously with his style of football and the fact that he fumbled that Bayern team. But
can we just say, TJ, bro? You talk about style of football. Your man is playing what he played. So what's changed?
Wait, come again?
He's
what are you talking about?
Your manager's playing his style of football, defensive style. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, right. Well, right now, but
don't do that then. You can't say that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Your manager is playing too Taliban football. What are we doing?
Who scored the second amount of most goals in the league last season? Arsenal did. Okay.
Who can see the least amount of goals last season?
We did.
So therefore you're putting my point. The defensive mechanism is working. The defensive mechanism is working.
I'm not even going to entertain this, to be honest.
You know what I mean?
I'm not even going to do it. I'm not letting you do this.
Listen, hey. Because we can do this all day. We can do this all day.
No, I could do this all day, but if you want to talk about a Tom,
you know what I mean?
Football, no.
How many centre backs are you playing right now?
And I don't rate
4 centre backs. You're playing 4 centre backs right now. You're doing Tuchel plus right now, bro. You're doing Tuchel plus.
We are not the only club in the Premier League that plays 4 at the back.
Tuchel plus, mate. That's all I'm just letting you know.
Oh my God, this is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, last prediction. I'm scooting right past this. Last prediction that we're gonna do for the night, and then we're gonna wrap it up. We got Bridge Nation, Chelsea visiting West Ham. I think it's the true test, the new test here for Chelsea going away to the London Stadium. But dude, how do you have a bogey team when you haven't played any team?
No, because like I think we haven't won there. We haven't won there a while at home. We haven't won there a while at home. But you know what? They're currently not. They've not really had a great start. They've not really had a great start to the season. They've been playing quite poorly under the new manager. And to be honest, within that period that they've been a kind of like a bogey team for us. It was under Moyes. Moyes is gone now. I think for me, honestly, again, something I've repeated before. I think it's less about now progression initially right now for me. I'm more about getting wins on the table. If you want to be getting top 4, one of the key advantages that I say is that, you need to start getting wins. These are the type of fixtures you got to win to make sure you maintain yourself on that top 4 aspect. And I think for me, Chelsea, man, right now, bro, after a Bournemouth performance where we did a great job, in my personal opinion, of like, listen, even when we're playing bad, we can get the win. That for me is like a big thing for me. Because last season, bro, we weren't able to do that, bro. When we were playing bad, we couldn't get that win when we needed it to. And we were able to it last time. And I feel we can do this again. At West Ham, I actually think it's going to be a bit more better, much better football. Gusto's going to be back for us, which is really great. Lavia is back for us, but I don't think he's going to start, obviously. But Enzo will be back. KDH is back as well. So we've got other bodies in the midfield that can work at the end of the day. So for me personally, I'm going a cheeky 2-0 Chelsea.
Okay.
I'm really confident again.
You didn't like that at all, Sky. What? You don't think Chelsea can win 2-0 at West Ham?
No, sorry, that was a mistake. I just dropped my headphones. It's fine.
Okay. No, I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a draw.
I think the days of Chelsea drawing, I don't think that's going to happen anymore, bro. I think the problem is our defense. Our defense right now, because I feel like one defender's now kind of decided to peak.
You drew to Crystal Palace.
The problem with the reason why I say that is that I think the Crystal Palace was a bit more of a blip in the sense that we kind of lost our heads in that game, and that was a kind of like partly on us and partly on the manager not being not making the correct adjustments in time. But I think the thing I've seen from Maresca at the very least is that he learns from his mistakes. So I think we'll be fine.
I think Maresca, it's going to take a minute for Maresca to get his hands on the club, but I am seeing a lot more discipline from Chelsea than I've seen than I saw under Poch. So that's one thing that, I think maybe not this year, but next year you guys are going to be seriously competing for top 4. and because I do rate Maresca as a manager.
But I don't really think so. Like again, look at the teams around us. Spurs really compete. Spurs right now, not so
They're
great. I
awful.
would say.
I agree.
Manchester,
Spurs.
you know what I mean? Obviously,
even heard of that
if you look at Newcastle, I'm going to be very honest about Newcastle. Does not look that good. In my personal
Ray,
opinion.
that's crazy. Ray, that's crazy.
If you watch Newcastle, right, that's another one off the list, right? Manchester United right now.
Aston
And
Villa.
Owen, we need to wait and see. Aston Villa, I think for me, the true test is going to be when they continue to start doing this UCL week in, week out. So I'm going to kind of like relax a bit on Aston Villa. But we did see last season, when the fixtures were for the Europe started kicking in, they weren't able to handle it as much. So again, with them, that's a bit more of a wait and see approach.
Hey,
But other than that, bro, that's it. And the thing about Chelsea is, we don't need to play our starting 11 in Europe. We don't need to play. We've got a whole second 11 just to pop out against a bet. Literally. I don't even need to worry about that.
Fair enough.
no, that's fair. No, that's absolutely fair. Sunshine, what do you got for this one? And then we're gonna go to Vader, and then we're gonna probably wrap up because I need to eat.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna go 1-1 actually for this one.
1-1. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Nobody's blowing bubbles at the London Stadium. It's gonna be a draw. Got it. Okay. What do you got, Vader?
Chelsea's winning. Chelsea's 2-1. I keep seeing 2-1 when they play. I mean, I know that there's a lot of confusion over there at the bridge. I mean, there's not much talk about the Civil War, but that's still happening behind closed doors. Yeah, 2-1. Low key, they keep getting results. And then probably by week 8, week 9, you're gonna hear Chelsea fans talk about, they're gonna easily be top 3. You're gonna hear Chelsea fans talk crazy.
Yeah,
They are. It's just a matter of time.
I know, and and I really did enjoy these last 2 years though, Vader. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
I know.
It was a good time. We had laughs. We had some fun.
You know what they say. You know what they say, boys. Though you know what I mean. Listen, after the rainstorm, there's always sunshine, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? Yeah, and that's and that's one to grow on, right, Sunshine?
Sure.
And see, you know what I mean, man. Listen, I like a lot of the hating, man. You know what I mean. I feed off it, man. I love to hate, man. You know what I mean. I love it, man. You know what I mean. It just drives me. You know what I mean. That's the thing that for some people, happiness drives them. For me, just the hatred, man. You know what I mean. It just makes you become bigger, greater, stronger. You know what I mean. I love it, man. I love this game.
There's just something about these London fans, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. There's just something about.
No. Listen, Chelsea fans, you're not seeing us. We don't do that shameless thing in it, but like,
North
London. It's the North London clubs, you know what I mean? It's the North London clubs. You know what I mean? It's not our fault we win the trophies.
I saw a Chelsea fan cry on stream.
Who cried on stream?
About shamelessness.
You cried on stream about Chelsea. You cried on Chelsea. No way someone cried on stream about Chelsea.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
There's no way that's true, bro.
Robin, you were there.
What? Oh my god. Oh my lord, bro.
I messaged Cass after that and I said that was such a car crash, but I was crying laughing. I had to pull over.
I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that.
There had to have been something else happening in the man's life. Something else happened.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, probably.
There had to be.
Yeah,
I was dying. Okay. No, don't make me feel bad about enjoying that. Come on.
Listen, Aussie, man, yes, bro. I take cocaine, bro. That's why I don't sleep. Sorry to let you know, man.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Good.
I'm a cocaine eater. What can I say?
Whoa. Do you have a disclaimer, TJ? Don't condone
that.
Listen,
The views and the statements of the panelists on TJ Warren TV don't necessarily reflect the views and opinions of TJ Warren TV and TJ himself. TJ.
You see that? You see that little white spot there? Yeah, that's what
okay. This guy's getting absolutely wild. This guy's getting
okay.
Thank you. I was like, wow, who is this person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just love that. Is that basically the reason why we say it? It's actually an ongoing joke that people think that Tuchel was a coke addict. Apparently, it's just to let people know. That's why we're saying that.
Oh
Obviously,
my
it's
God.
alleged. It's alleged, obviously, of course, not true.
Allegedly.
No, thank you.
All right. Big up everybody for joining. We're gonna start wrapping it up here. Bridge Nation legend, thank you. We're gonna do this again. It was
Yes, we
way
got
too
to,
much
man.
fun, my guy. Big up, my guy. Shout yourself out.
Obviously, you can find me on the Bridge Nation. Obviously, almost at 3K now subscribers. Please make sure to continue to
Let's
subscribe,
go.
of course. Obviously, tomorrow, you know what time it is. 11 p.m. I always do my preview stream for Chelsea versus West Ham. Make sure you're tuning in. Make sure you join yourself. And obviously, around about midnight-ish, EAFC 25. You know what I mean? Chelsea career mode. You know what I mean? Round number uno. So if you want to see that, let's do that, boys. Let's do that, ladies and gentlemen. Why is Hussam here, bro? Like Hussam, you don't need to hear, bro.
You saw him. He's
You don't need
he's coming
Hussam.
in. He's supporting, man. He's supporting.
No,
Sunshine.
Hussam's not
Nation,
supporting, man.
100%.
Listen, see, my gimmick's international, by the way. You see, this nation's become international. It's international. What can I say? My gimmick's nation, by the way. That's why. So, hey, what can I say, man? The game's the game.
Yeah, the game is in fact the game. Vader, shut yourself out.
Well, big game on Sunday.
Here we go.
Big game on Sunday. Everyone's gonna tune in. Everyone knows what's going to be going down. It's going to be important. Is it a title decider, TJ? Too early? Is it too early?
It's too early.
Too early
But
for the
yeah,
title
probably.
decider? All right, fair enough.
I think I personally think we're going to be too far behind you by the end, but it's all right.
Well, at least we're going to say it's the marquee. It's the marquee.
It's the marquee. It's the marquee of the first 6 weeks of the season. I will say that.
Absolutely. So, you can
The Snowfest.
What?
The Snowfest.
Not because
it is going to be a snore fest, but it's still
not because City's going to try to play some expansive
attacking. He's saying it's not my fault. You know what I mean? He's saying it's not my fault.
If it's boring, if it's congested, if it's defensive, if it's a defensive masterclass, it's because of how Arsenal are setting up. But listen, there's going to be some type of reaction on my show. I'm going to address the performances of the players. I'm going to address some of the reactions from the Manchester City fan base for sure. And I will be watching TJ's watch along. So on my channel, I'll probably be commenting on what I see TJ doing. But yeah, check me out. Vader Games TV on YouTube. Much respect. Thank you for all the subs that have been coming through. And yeah,
you deserve them.
Thank you so much. And tomorrow, CIA, we got another episode. It's episode 3 of CIA Intelligent Agendas. So check me out, as well as other City fans, City panel members, City agents,
CIA
like G certified. What'd you say?
Is this about the 115 charges that you got a CIA case on? What's going on? I'm so confused. CIA was crazy. It's like, wait.
Here's the thing: is you should name it like Matlock or something, like lawyers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
This show that's going on is going to continue on way and beyond, far after this 115. This 115, for all of you rivals that are hoping, praying every night that they stick to Manchester City, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But no,
do you hit the news today, by the way, Vita, about your own players trying to make sure to find other places?
I'm hearing all my players are looking for exits. Like if we get relegated, just in case. Yeah. But again, like all of you, I don't know where you are in life, but no one predicts, no one expects to die, but we should all have life insurance. So these players are just getting some insurances.
That is such a ridiculous thing to say.
Man really said he needs to have life insurance for football, you know? Don't kill me, man.
Oh, I know this Vader guy's a criminal. He needs to be locked up. Throw away the key.
Listen.
Can I ask you a question? I know we need to finish up because I know TJ is really hungry, right? So, because I haven't really spoken to a Man City fan in a while. Like, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how worried are you actually about it? Like, this is me being serious. Obviously, I know you've been a little bit shameless now, but on an honest level, like, how worried are you, honestly speaking?
How worried am I about the
like
charges?
Like that's the charges in general, and like maybe you getting convicted on in some regard of it. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
you know, yeah.
No, I'll speak on that. I'm gonna give you the absolute real. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I do talk about it often with other City fans.
Yeah.
So there's I know it's 115 is the number. There's actually close to like 129 charges.
Yeah, I know because I heard I think you talk about. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The number's high. Now, I believe that we aren't innocent of all 129.
That makes sense. Yeah, I mean
Alright?
that's logical, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not that
Where
fan
there's
that's
smoke.
saying we're skating. However,
Yes.
I do know what a shakedown is. I do know what a hey,
Mm.
things need to things need to fix, and fixing usually happens with a passing of some cash. The passing of some cash is going to happen with regards to a fine. It's going to be all on the up and up. But I think the really drastic, the really dangerous, the charges that the Liverpool fans are out there hoping hit so that they can claim titles, right? Those
Mhm.
those aren't going to hit Manchester City. So from a, am I nervous? Am I stressed? Am I concerned about it? I don't think that those charges are actually going to hit my club. I do think that the charges of not cooperating, not being transparent, not sharing information when asked for is going to be what City are going to be charged for. And I think it's going to be a very, probably a record setting fine to discourage that from happening or being done by any other club. But the relegation, again, these career insurances that the players are coming out said to be doing right now, I think that's just good business. I think it's also good news, good, traction in the news cycle. But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
There's too
I'm
many.
not too concerned.
There's too many lawyers involved in this for anything
I
serious
also
to
think
happen.
it's a bad blemish on the league. I think
And
at
that's
the
I
end of
think
the day,
you
you
took
know
the
what?
words right out
Yeah,
of my mouth.
my issue is like right now, like, and I'm surprised a lot of City fans don't mention like there's a football regulator looming over like the EPL right now.
yeah,
Like there's obviously they don't want the football regulator coming into the EPL. That's like a known fact. The owners don't want that, right? So
yes.
they need a City case to go as good as in the EPL's
They
favor.
want the
as
City case to be like, listen, we can regulate ourselves.
Exactly.
However,
They need it, bro. Like
yeah,
the Chelsea case, I've always said it's a lot more separate because it's been a self-reported, it's historic cases. The clubs, whatever's gonna happen, Chelsea's already probably agreed to whatever's gonna happen. Like they're like, listen, we're just gonna keep on the chest. We got money already saved for you to give to you, etc., etc. That's like sorted out.
a scale of 1 to 10, 10
Mhm.
being like I can't sleep at night, I'm stressing, I'm
Probably
growing
a
more
6, I would assume.
platinums every day. I'm more like a 5. Like it's gonna happen. I just don't think it's gonna be like detrimental to where my club's gonna be relegated. I don't think it's gonna be one of those.
Yeah, I just again, yeah, I just think with City, bro, it's gonna be interesting here. I know the sponsorship case though. There's like a bigger case that's not being spoken about. The sponsorship case, by
Yeah,
the way,
that's
that
a great one,
Chelsea's
by the way.
backing because Chelsea's backing you on that one. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
that, by the way.
Chelsea,
And Newcastle,
Newcastle, we're fighting
yeah,
the fight.
we actually
We're
fighting you on
Robin
the
Hooding it right now.
and
We're
I'll
Robin
be
Hooding
honest,
it.
yeah, I think I'm surprised no one's talking about
Sunshine,
that
fix
one
your
as well.
face. Fix your face, Sunshine.
That's
We're
something that
Robin Hood.
again, what is Vita? I'm surprised no one speaks about the sponsorship case because if that one goes through, brother, and like City, Chelsea, and Newcastle win, that means Newcastle are going to be able to spend big now. You know that,
Oh,
right?
I want
That's
that. I want that.
that's something that I'm surprised no one's speaking about the sponsorship case here quite often because
They don't want to. They don't want
that's
to.
gonna
They
that's
don't.
really gonna open the Newcastle funds, by the way, like that from Saudi Arabia. Hey,
Let me say this. I know TJ wants to wrap up. Let me say this because I am going to talk about it on my channel. I have 115. I got one question, 50 minutes over my channel. I got a show called 115. One question for 50 minutes. 115. And I am going to address. Listen, Sunshine's over there, shaking her head. TJ's over there, hangry because he's got to eat. I want to point out.
Sorry, this is what it is.
No, I want to point out that you know how the best thing would be for Manchester City to be innocent of these charges, because you know what it doesn't give your owners? It doesn't give your owners that out to say, you know what, we are right not to spend the way we were or weren't spending, right? If we happen to be guilty, your owners can go like, you know what, we were right not to spend because we could never spend to compete to Manchester City. But you actually want your club to be spending that way. So if we happen to be innocent,
they can't do that. By the way, they can't do that. They can't do that because they spend money.
The
City,
no,
Man
I know,
United.
It's a talking point, but it's a talking
Yeah.
point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a talking point. We know that they can spend. We know that they can. But it's a talking point that many of the owners and some fan base happen to believe because they listen to the Goldberg or Goldbridges or whatever out there saying, you know what, who can compete with Manchester City? Da, 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 da. But listen, when it
Like if I hear Man United, I'll be honest, if I hear Man United complain, even my own club Chelsea complain, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Liverpool's another one because I feel that they cannot complain. The amount of money they make and
Trust
the
me.
tinies they don't even spend, and that's actually unforgivable, by the way, the money they don't
Trust
spend. Yeah.
me.
And it's defended as well. It's like actually disgusting in my personal opinion too. Like that's one thing, yeah, I actually can't stand for
Thank you.
Liverpool.
Yeah. You know what? We need to do more content together because we speaking out here. We got Sunshine and TJ over there screwing up their faces and scrunching it like they don't understand.
You know what, man? Yeah, listen, Arsenal, man. North London, you
somebody's
know what I mean? The North London.
Somebody's just acting wild in the chat, and you're spitting absolute garbage. So I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't read the chat.
You pussy, I know there's a
mine?
bag of Somalians though.
Yeah, that's
Still,
yours.
man.
It's fine.
What
It
the
is.
hell? You pussies. I know there's very good Somalians
Idiot.
though.
Like no.
Don't read it.
No, I just don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like he's just I don't know what this means, but hey, big up team.
And yeah, his name is forename surname. Like fucking get out of your
Yeah,
basement.
I blocked
bro.
him. I blocked him.
Yeah, get out of your basement. Go touch some grass while you're blocked. Sunshine, shout yourself out. Thank you so much for the co-stream and hanging out with me and us and putting up with Vader. I really appreciate it.
I was on my best behavior today.
You know, that was
I just gotta say,
Yeah, man. I didn't even. I was really nice today. You know. Yeah.
No, you were on one. I think you were on one more than anybody on the panel.
Really? I thought I was.
I think this is
really honest.
I think this is honestly him at like 60% because I've seen him at 80 to 100. I've seen it. It's not even that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But TJ, yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me. Wow. Well, thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me co-host. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. You can find me everywhere pretty much at Sunshine FC. I got match predictions, watch-alongs, all that coming up pretty much like everybody else. And it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I love these streams. So hopefully we can continue them and keep talking trash.
Yeah, late night talk trash sessions are the best. I'm not gonna lie to you. They are the best. No, and big up to Sky, big up to Vader, big up to the Bridge Nation every single time. We are going to be live tomorrow, I believe, at 7:30 for American Idiots tomorrow. We're going live a little bit early because I have an NWSL game to get to actually. So yeah, I'm going to the current. But yeah. Big up everybody for watching. We're going to redirect you over to the American Idiot Show just because there's nobody live right now. So smash a like here and then smash a like there, and everybody have a fantastic freaking evening. And until next time,
you don't have the answers. DJ.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.
Tony, do you have the answer?
don't have the answer.
You don't have
DJ.
the answer either.
You don't have the answer.